There are a bunch of characters there too, I'll tell you. They give this one lady the hardest time. She's got one of those scooters, so she's flying around this place, and she's probably, it's probably worth. One guy will stick his hand out and he'll say, "Do you have a license to drive this vehicle?" And the old lady will go in her bin, she'll pull out a wrapper, and she'll hand it over to him, and he'll say, "Okay, go ahead." She'll go another 10 feet, another guy sticks his hand out. "Do you have insurance on this vehicle?" She'll go in her bin again, she'll pull out a wrapper, candy wrapper, and she'll hand it over. He lets her go. She drives down, she gets around the corner, there's a man with his pants down to his ankles. He says, "Ma'am, it's time for another breathalyzer." I know, that's disgusting, that's when I pulled my pants up. But I'll tell you, it's hard enough to get any action with all this. I was walking down the hallway, and there's this guy, Rudy, in his room. He's admiring himself in the mirror. So I go up to him, I said, "Rudy, I bet you I can guess how old you are." He said, "No, you can't." I said, "Take off your pants." Guy takes off his pants. I said, "Take off your boxers." Takes off his boxers. I said, "You're 82 years old." He said, "You're good." I said, "No, I'm not. You told me yesterday." Before I forget, I want to thank a lot of people at Isogenics for being in the house. Let's hear it from the Isogenics folks. So for those of you who don't know, we sell shakes, bars, vitamins. If you see these people acting a little strange, you better let them be. They probably had a shake for breakfast, a shake for lunch. They're usually shaken by dinner. A lot of young people at Isogenics. A lot of people getting married. I remember when I got married, and it was time. You know when it's time? When your buddies tell you their couch needs a break. That's time, right? Well, Kristen and I dated for 5 years before we got married, and we went out a lot with each other and without each other. One night, Kristen stayed out all night, and I said to her, "Kristen, where were you?" She said, "I stayed at my friend's house." So I called 10 of her friends, and not one of them could confirm she stayed out. So the next night, I stayed out all night. She said, "Where were you?" I said, "I stayed at my friend's." She called 10 of my friends. 8 of them said I stayed over. 2 said I was still there. I'm kidding, I'm teasing. I don't have 10 friends. Maybe on Facebook, but that's because I cyberbullied them, accept my friend request. I remember the bachelor party like it was yesterday. That did not go well. We went out for a gentleman's round of golf to play, for the bachelor party. And one of my unnamed groomsmen gets up to hit the ball, and he shanks it. And he hits me right in the groin. And I went down. It was bad. I said, "I got to go to the doctor and get this checked out." So I go to the hospital. The doctor says, "The penis is a muscle. So really all I can do is sort of wrap it and put a couple tongue suppressors on either side, wrap it in gauze, immobilize it." I said, "Doc, do whatever you got. I got to perform in 2 nights, my wedding night." So I wear this splint for a couple nights, and I'm with Kristen in the suite that night. She takes off all her clothes and she says, "You see this body? It's never been touched by another man. I saved myself for you." I pulled my pants down and I said, "You kidding me? Mine's still in the fucking crate." Actually, that's not how that went. It went more like, "You see this body? It's never been touched by another man. I saved myself for you." And I said, "I'm calling bullshit." It must have been about a week after we were married, and I had guys' night out. So I go out with my buddies, a week after we're married, and guess what? I threw up on myself. I told the guys, "I can't go home like this, you kidding me? Kristen's gonna be all over my ass." First night out with the guys since being married, and I threw up on myself. I'm supposed to be more mature. I can't go like this. My buddy says, "Don't worry about it." He says, "Put $20 in your pocket. Tell her somebody else threw up on you and gave you $20 to get your shirt clean." I said, "This guy is a stinking genius." So I go home, Christian says, oh, and I go, no, no, it's not what it looks like. Somebody threw up on me, and he gave me 20 bucks to get my shirt clean. Well, I went in my pocket and I pulled out 40. She said, what's the other 20 for? I said, he shit my pants too.